Hello, my name's Chris Ryder and this is video number 2 of the KLE 500 survival bike project. You can see I've taken off the tank, the seat, the side panels and the cosmetic panels which went between the headlamp fairing and the petrol tank. This shows me the bare bones, it shows me what I'm going to play with. Let's go have a closer look. This is the radiator overflow expansion bottle. Don't know why it's way at the back of the bike. If I'm going to chop up the rear of the frame, I'm going to have to move that. I can deal with that later. This is the air box. And this is where the air goes in. Air filter is here, carburetor's here. To change the air filter, you've got to take this off, you've got to take this off, and before you get to this, you've got to take the tank and everything else off. Now, from my own experience of riding trail bikes in the desert, you want to be able to clean your air filter frequently, daily, sometimes more often than that because it gets clogged with dust. So this design here shows you that really this isn't a proper dedicated off-road bike. It's much more for show than it is for real go, but anyway, that's worth pointing out and thinking about. The main purpose of this video is I'm going to have a go at fitting these petrol tanks. I'd like to change the tank on the bike. It just means then that it will achieve the ethos of looking like a bike that has been cobbled together out of parts in some kind of workshop in a dystopian future. Maybe it was John Connor's Resistance Army built an urban assault vehicle for doing a night raid against Skynet's machines or something. So the whole bike is going to have that Heath Robinson look, or it's going to look like it's made from parts that were never meant to be there. So this tank is from a Tengai, which is a version of the KLR 650, and this tank is from a GPZ 500S, the sports bike, or the Ninja 500. Let's have a go at fitting these two tanks. The original tank sits here on these rubbers and it bolts in here on this frame that surrounds the airbox. Got the two hoses here, one for the vacuum line, one for the fuel line. What would be really good is if we can get my new tanks to line up with where the original one was fitted. First tank I'm going to try is the KLR tank. I'll try to get those cups close to those rubbers. You can't see it, but that's as close as it will get. When you stand further away, you see there's a big gap here, but the position of the petrol tap in here, that's about right. It sits on this frame, but it's a bit awkward. That's it from a distance. I don't really like that. I'll try it another way. The tank looks better. It sits a bit further forward, it's closer to the original position. but in there you can maybe see that the positions for the rubbers is way too far back. I don't think I could ever make that work. And look at this. Very quickly you can see that the handlebars hit against the tank. So this is a bad idea. I don't think I could make that one work. Now I'm going to try the Ninja tank. The rubbers there, or the cups for the rubbers, you can see are there. Holding camera in one hand and moving tank in another. And move light. Look at that. You can get the rubbers really close, or the cups of the tank will sit very close to where the original rubbers are. So that's good news. And when we look at the side, the petrol tap is right above the petrol hoses. So that's a good start. And from the back, it's hard to show this using your phone as a camera, but the good news is that under here, see, that's the tank lifts up, and you can see there's a flat part of the tank sits on a flat part of the rack that the airbox sits on. So I'm going to use that, and there is that there. That's the original tank mounting bolt, went through that big rubber grommet. So what I will do is weld something from this rack out to here. Look at that. I really like that. You can see the line at the front of the tank follows the line of the frame quite nicely. The tank sits flat. The top of the tank is flat, so that doesn't look stupid. It doesn't go back too far either. It goes back to the same distance, or almost the same distance as the original tank, so making a seat will be okay. We're looking good. Last thing to check is the lock to lock of the bars. So from here, just turn the bars they hit, but they hit, it's almost full lock, so that's pretty good. I think we can work around this. And here's the workaround. Here's one I prepared earlier. I get to sound like a BBC TV presenter there. British kids of the 1980s will know what that means. Why don't you autofocus? Anyway, this is a handlebar riser. It clamps into here. So in there, these cost me £25 off eBay. They give me, can you see that? Can we see that? Focus, you git. Well, I'm telling you, it gives you roughly 50mm or 2 inches of a lift. So with the handlebars 2 inches higher, I'll rotate them forward as well. That should give me lots of room. So next task, I'm going to fit these handlebar risers and report back. Bye.